Hey folks, how's it going? So apparently I am still living rent-free in Mikey and Sam's head. I think this is the third live stream they've been on, and they've mentioned me several times in this one as well, the latest one that Mikey's put up. So let's check out a few parts there where they talk about me, as well as Mikey reveals his great reveal of the third person showing his stars. Let's get into it.
Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting Flerf dreams.
Hey folks, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel, click the like button if you like this video, comment down below, and hit the bell so you can notify when I put another video up.
I'll get this bad boy video up here.
Ooh, exciting. Bad boy video, he says. Let's check this out. This is Mikey revealing that somebody else has apparently used his same methodology and has been able to produce his same similar sort of quote-unquote celestial body star things. Now, just a little note here, for Mikey Smith's videos, I tend to usually have them at 1.2 to 1.25 speed because Mikey and everybody he has on there talk really freaking slow. In fact, normally at this speed here, it actually seems to be about what a normal talking canter and pace that people talk about. So later on, you'll have Sam on there. He talks quite slow with the French accent, and you got Matthew Hakim, who talks really slow. So even at 1.2, 1.25, he's still kind of slow because Matthew Hakim, well, let's admit it, I think he's not quite right, and I'm surprised that his caregivers let him actually have access to the internet, even though he's periodic.
Share screen.
Seems to be best when it's not centered. Oh.
Must get it down to go up, huh?
Yeah.
Or something like that. There you go.
What the fuck? That's his great reveal. This person who's apparently done really fantastic celestial body observations. Really, Mikey? Like, is that it? Fuck, that's worse than yours. Holy shit. I mean, I thought, you know, other ones getting worse, like Jim Anus. His is pretty bad. Yours is bad. Sam's is pretty fucking bad. But wow. That's bad. Like, holy shit, what's with all the freaking massive blue fringing at the top? Holy shit, that is fucking horrendous. I mean, I'll put it up here. What the fuck's that, Mikey? What is that? That's horrific. That's bad. I mean, at least, Mikey, at least once in a while, you get something that kind of looks like something. I mean, there's times you've got Jupiter, and you can see Jupiter's moons because you're still overexposing it. Even though I've told you that, bring exposure down, you may actually see Jupiter and see some of the bands and stuff, cloud bands, but you just keep ignoring me, even though I've actually shown you. But, you know, whatever, I know you say to ignore evidence because it hurts your little fifis, but fuck, that's bad.
Seems to be best when it's not centered.
Did you hear that? Did you hear me? That's not Mikey. That's the guy who took the video. I think his name is Skeptic or something. It's best when it's not centered. Just remember that. Because I bring this up later in the video what I did when I duplicated Mikey's methodology. There's a reason I was able to get that, and I got onto it when I was holding my phone. And that's one of the keys. Because you don't have the optic centered, you have it off to the sides. You get all the wonky colors, you get all that that really weird freaking blurriness in that shape and stuff. Even the guy, even Skeptic, admits the only way you can get Mikey's observations is if it's not centered. He just debunked himself. Fuck.
Oh.
And then again, the light hue,
Or something like that.
this blue is some kind of I don't know, a distortion. I don't know what it is, but it shows up on a lot of the binoculars, except for Sam's because he's got the higher quality binoculars.
That's not true, Mikey. It's in Sam's, it's in yours, and it's in Skeptic's. Now, you've been told what this is. I don't know how many times by I don't know how many different people, and myself included, have told you what this is. You just fucking refuse to believe us. You just simply refuse to accept the evidence and the fact that there are people out there that know more about this than you do, Mikey. People who have studied it, that have tried, that have, and that know what they're looking at. That's definitely some fringing and chromatic aberration. That's what it is. And Sam's got the same thing because, well, he's duplicating your shitty ass freaking methodology.
But again, when we go back here, we can see some definition in the star. Oops, let's go back to here. Venus does not twinkle like the other stars. The planets, wandering stars, do not twinkle. They are like a stationary frequency, even if you can call it that. I don't know. I got to come up with my own terms and ideas on this, because the psyops are not going to, the government are not going to explain it to us. They just claim they're millions and trillions of miles away, which they are not.
Wait a minute, that's supposed to be fucking Venus? Hold on. So that's supposed to be this year. That's my observation of Venus. I've took some other ones. I'm still in process of getting them ready to put them up. But I got some more observations I've done recently of Venus. But here's one I did from last year. Good enough. And yeah, that's Venus. So what the hell that was? I don't know, because it looks like absolutely nothing but a whole bunch of freaking massive, huge light blob with a bunch of chromatic aberration, blurring. I don't know if you put the same, rub some Vaseline on your lens, like on the top, or some oil, some hand cream. I don't know, but fuck, I don't know what the hell that is. You don't know what it is, you just admitted it. Yeah, that's not Venus. Like I said, that I've got Venus there. That's what Venus looks like when you actually know how to use your optics. When you have stuff that's actually decent quality optics that's focused correctly with a camera that's in. I have an astrophotography camera, so it sits inside the eyepiece and clamps in. So like you don't use eyepiece, you put it in to where the eyepiece goes and clamps in, takes the place of your eyepiece. So you could call it a electronic eyepiece. So it's not, it's an astrophotography camera, yeah, and that's, so I know it's centered and it's where it's seeing exactly what it should be. So that's why the digiscoping is actually all it's an inferior method, because there's a lot, you're dealing with the lenses on the camera, small sensor, you're dealing with, like, obviously the camera, your phone camera, if you have an autofocus, which you probably do. And obviously using like your digital automatic zoom on your mobile phone or your like P1000, P900 or stuff isn't the best. It's not designed for a very small point source of light. So you have like a star, very small point source of light on a very black background. The automatic zoom really struggles, which is why most astrophotographer, astro cameras and stuff is manual zoom. Now, if you want to do that, you can do that with like the P1000 or even with your mobile phone. So I had the S24 Ultra. It had astrophotography mode on it. What it does is it takes a whole bunch of like long exposure pictures, stacks them, but it also realizes that the zoom it's able to focus on, designed to focus more on the point source light. Now, what he's doing there, I think Mikey said that he's using night mode. Now, night mode is for like if you take pictures of like not completely pitch black, but let's say a darker, like a room that's got really low light, right? So you got some light coming in, but it's very low light. Or you take like pictures like outside, you got street lights and stuff like that. Then that's what it's for. But then you have different lots of light from coming different points, and the digital zoom is able to focus on all these different point sources and be able to, and obviously the broader, not tiny little speck, and they're able to bring it in, and then it's able to focus a lot easier. So what really is doing there, and the digital zoom isn't the best. If you wanted to actually use a phone and you want to do the night mode, it best is to actually use manual focus, especially what he's doing his what do you call it, digiscoping. And I realized this because when I first started doing this, I was doing the same thing. I realized that automatic zoom, not good, especially because sometimes the like on the ultras and stuff like that, like I have the Ultra S26 Ultra. It uses a separate lens on the back, and it doesn't quite get this. Because it's not what you're looking at isn't actually in that lens for it to get the focus. Use manual focus, then you're able to change your focus yourself, and you'll actually get much better results. This is explained to Mikey countless times. He refuses to listen, but just for those who may be watching my videos, manual focus is the way. You want to use like the Nikon P900, P1000. I have seen people that get some decent results. Manual focus is the way to go. Now, if you don't want to believe me, look, I did a video. I compared some people who like flat earthers using P9000 on P1000, compared to an old. I think I have a Sony A380, which is a much older camera, but I was able to get better results with a camera that's probably 10 years older than them. See, the fact is I bought myself a telephoto lens, a sort of telephoto lens from a pawn shop, and I used manual focus, did some research and figured out how to use it, and I got better results with a camera much older, bigger sensor though, so maybe unfair for the P1000 because bigger sensor is actually better. I digress, but I was able to get better results by using manual focus. So yeah, something I've told Mikey a few times, but he refuses to listen because he just doesn't want to learn. He just wants to think that he knows it all. But let's move on here. Let's see what else he's got.
Big bowls of gas? No. Niet, nada, nil, nothing. So good luck with that. So we will. So now we've got 3 people, and probably more to come. If any of those out there, if you out there have any passion towards the truth, rather than sitting down and watching all of the boring chit chats on YouTube. But let's, I'll downsize this and we'll bring on Sam. He's probably going to show.
I find that hypocrisy rather funny with Mikey because 90% of his content is him just yammering on in his living room, and then sometimes having Sam Flerf Reconnaissance come on. But a lot of it's just Sam sitting there, not Sam, pardon me, Mikey sitting there strumming the globe and showing very clearly he doesn't have a fucking clue how the globe model works and what is actually claimed, and then how it's explained using the heliocentric globe. He simply strawmans it, or maybe he just completely misunderstands the observations, the explanations, and how it works. And this would may explain why he thinks the Earth is a flat stationary plane covered by a big giant magical dome that may or may not have stars embedded in it. And he now first claimed that the dome was moving, but now he claims it's not moving and the stars. I don't understand. I don't know. He can't keep his own story straight. He claims that the stars are maybe 50, 60, 70 miles up. We don't know. But if you did simple trigonometry, you'd realize that doesn't work either. And then my next question is that, okay, let's just say the sun is 50 miles away. Okay, cool. So the sun sets 50 miles away. Why can I see the stars? That should be in the dome. That should be further away than that. If the dome is 50 miles up and I'm at 53 degrees latitude north, then why could I see the top, which should be higher up than that? Let's say 53 miles, so why is it I can see further if I look east or west than what the sun is? Kind of weird, doesn't work. How come I can see south, which should be even further, but yeah, I can see stars that way? Doesn't make any sense. And then if you're going to claim magical personal dome, don't see personal dome, don't know how it works. How come everybody has their own personal dome? So if I ask somebody in like Spain why they could see similar stuff to me, and then obviously we look at the angles to Polaris, different points on the flat Earth doesn't work. I've explained this in a previous video. Look at my video where I explain how the angles of Polaris in reality actually falsifies flat Earth. There's just so many things that completely just destroy the flat Earth that just simply can't be explained. So yeah, it just doesn't work. I mean, everything that Mikey claims or anything that flat Earth claims, as soon as you start asking this few logical questions and start doing a bit of critical thinking, the flat Earth model completely falls apart.
Matt is asking, have the Globers even attempted to address the new pictures and videos? Well, that's the thing that we are, observing amongst them, is that they don't have much to say. So on one side, they still want to keep on undermining Mikey and therefore, Mikey's work. But on the other hand, they don't really dare, expanding on, what we are doing now, especially about me. They don't talk much about me. They're very obsessed with Mikey because they know it's like it's different. He's different. He's reacting different, and it's easier for them to make fun of him. And now that we have Skeptic also that's joining in, it's going to be harder for them to try to discredit all that. So all the stupid, accusations they had already, just like that, how do you call that, Harmon Viper there, that also says, oh, you have like inadequate equipment stuff. Like he doesn't even know what equipment he has, but he knows that it's inadequate.
Yeah, stuff. Oh yeah, you stuff.
Yeah, the fuck out of here. Those are the old, David Weiss school there, same group of people.
All right, so Sam's coming here because spewing all of his freaking bullshit. That's really weird because I have addressed Sam's stuff numerous times. I've addressed Mikey's shit numerous times. It's all the same freaking shit, really. And there's several other people. I think Red's Rhetoric has, Astronomy Live has, Astra Kate has. In fact, Astra Kate came on to Mikey's live and tried to show him her observations using a pair of binoculars. And Mikey got really triggered and got pissed off and kicked Astra Kate because he got a bit of bino jealousy when he realized Astra Kate had access to $5,000 binoculars, and Mikey can't afford that. He can only afford the ones he's harping on about, which are only about half that price, and he thinks are the greatest, latest, friggin' best thing ever in the history of the world, which is really weird. But yeah, Sam coping out, pretending he's friggin' some sort of friggin' like super genius. Dude, I've completely crushed your bullshit friggin' loads of times, and that's why you're so triggered, and you keep talking about me all the time. And same thing with Mikey, and that's why I even went as far as replicated your guys' bullshit and showed that I understand what you're doing, and so I understand why you're doing it wrong, because if I can replicate your stuff, then I know what you're doing, and then I have explained in my video why it's wrong and how terrible it truly is. And yes, you're using inadequate optics, you're using inadequate cameras that aren't designed for this. And Skeptic, well, he's just doing the same shit. Simply the fact it's called cognitive bias. What he's done is the same thing as what Sam has done, is that they've kept doing it until eventually got the results that they wanted. So instead of like trying to do it right and then see what results they have and making sure that everything's great, they did it at the very beginning of this. If you remember that Mikey played Skeptic's video, and Skeptic himself admitted that he had to have the camera off center to finally get the shapes and the sort of something that might matches Mikey's observations and Sam's observations. So Skeptic himself, being dumbass he is, fully admitted that he had to actually move stuff and kind of manipulate it to finally get the results that he was desiring. And so in which case then he had to make it wrong to finally get to match what Mikey and Sam are doing. So Skeptic himself admitted that the only way to get that is to move shit that's off center and not sitting completely centered in the lens and in the eyepiece to get what probably is, he was probably getting observations that looked more like what is shown by me or other people. You're probably still not as good as what you get out of a proper astrophotography rig, but yeah, Sam. Look, dude, I'll go head to head with you anytime. You want to put up your observations versus mine, and then we'll look and see what is empirically proven through independent people all around and we'll see who has more independent observations that seem to match theirs. Come on, Sam. You're welcome to come on. You know what my email is. Send me email. drop me a message in this comment in the comment section of this. We'll set it up. I'm game if you are, but I know you won't come.
Same group of people, not truth seekers at all, no logic, and only trying to undermine something that's very important for flat earth with absurd reasons. So that's David Weiss techniques. Like we've debunked him, trying to falsely debunk all the clear evidence we had that TFE never happened. They never went there. So we saw how we did. Okay, so
yeah, Sam seems to have a freaking massive heart-on. That he have hatred for David Weiss, whatever. Flerf action, always funny, always great content. As for him saying that he has evidence that TFE ever happened, he doesn't. He's got nothing. He's got empty claims and false allegations, and not based on any facts, evidence, or empirical data. He's got fucking nothing. He's got a whole shitload of copium that he claims is true, and it's not. He can't debunk it. No flat earther has ever been able to debunk the final experiment on observations they had, including the 24-hour sun, the lines of latitude observations that that MC Toon did, or anything else there. So you guys can keep claiming the shit, but it's just all a bunch of cognitive bias, delusional fantasies, and sprinkled in with just a little bit of, well, a whole lot of lies and fallacies.
They just hypnotize you with
Oh, sure.
nonsense and bullshit wrapped up into like nice, gibberish. And the thing is that this is what happens. You're convinced of something because it makes sense, but
Yeah.
when you think about it, it's totally false. It's totally impossible. If in order for the moon to reflect the sun, you have to see the sun that goes from the sun to the moon.
Yeah, you gotta have line of sight.
You cannot have a light that does not appear and then appears on the moon. This is fucking ridiculous. This is like Jesuitism. This is like you have to be a Jesuit to believe such shit. You have to be like totally fucked up.
Really, you sure about that, Sam and Mikey? I got a question for you. Where's the line of sight to that light there? Where's the line of sight to that light there? I can't see the light. I can't see the light heading toward it. But yet, that's lit up there, and that's lit up there. But where's the light? No line of sight to the light itself, but there's something reflecting off there. Something reflecting off there. Something reflecting off there. But yet, we can't see the light. Where's the light? Very interesting. What is going on there? Could it be there's a reflection? Hold on, wait a minute. Can you see? Let me do just one more thing here. My face is being lit up. Do you see the line of sight to the light? Guess what light is? Guess what? My camera is sitting in front of my face. Here. The light is back behind there. Quite a ways away. You can see a reflection in my glasses. Holy shit. Do you have line of sight to the light? No. But is my camera between me, my face, and that light? Yeah, it's sitting here. But that light is reflecting on my face, but you can't see the light. You can't see the light heading towards there. All you can see is a reflection. I just debunked your whole entire claim there, buddy boy. It's just so simple. This is shit that even freaking kindergartners can understand. If you just stopped eating crayons and sniffing glue since you're in elementary school, you understand this stuff too.
See again, even this. Yeah, you can see a surface there. The firmament doesn't exist according to Curious Debunks.
Yeah. What a nerd that guy is.
Curious UK. Well, I don't know. You gotta do this.
Man.
This surface is behind the stars, not in front. So it's that's a blurry picture.
Yeah, I wanted to. I got something. If you want, I can share it with.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
wait, wait a second. Let me share that.
Oh, Mikey. I'll give you that. The first little bit there, you had, that was obviously Jupiter overexposed. You can see the moons. Okay, cool, right? I've got the same thing. When I turn my, the exposure up on my my camera, I get the same thing, right? I've done that loads of times. Cool, right? That there, not bad. Decent little nebula. I think that looks like the Orion Nebula. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there's also a digital noise in that. See, as I explained to you before, ages ago, you need to do something called flat black. So what does this flat blacks where you do that, and you do the stacking, which your camera already has done, and then you also have done that through your through your software you've done, because even SharpCaps actually does different changes things that has a little bit of processing done. So we claim that all your images are raw and aren't actually digitally processed. You're lying, because SharpCaps actually does digital processing, as well as your Galaxy smartphone has digital processing. It has basically AI in it, and when you're using night mode or any kind of mode or any kind of pictures using a smartphone, digital processing happens every single fucking time. And if you have it turned on, you actually have stuff called AI mode. AI mode actually does digital artificial intelligence processing on your phone. You probably have that turned on, because it's pretty standard when you first get your phone, unless you've turned it off purposely, and even then it's still kind of sort of done. But as you claim there is a structure behind those stars that is wrong. I've explained to you this numerous times, that what you're getting there is probably, I'm going to say, a bit of digital noise, and it looks like you have a little bit of the light bleeding onto other pixels within your chip, your optical chip in your smartphone. Because every smartphone is bleeding on, and that's why the light's kind of bleeding a little bit onto that. And also, as well as it's partly reflecting slightly through your binoculars, because your binoculars aren't their best, and your binoculars actually have prisms in them, because the ones you're using, the celestial ones, uses extra prisms, and so it's actually leading to that. So that's all that is. Not a firmament. Firmament doesn't exist. You've never proven it. All you're doing is just showing that you have no idea what the hell you're doing. But thanks for playing, buddy. I'll keep debunking you. Alright, just a little heads up here. Next clip here I brought up, Matthew Hakim comes in. Matthew Hakim, who's been running from Houston since about a year now. And he comes in here. Funny as fuck. First thing he claims, you have to see it to believe it.
Invite them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
What's up, guys?
Pow!
Where are you now? Oh, it's the I know where it is. It's the movie The Stand. No,
I'm in Vought Tower right now. You know, from The Boys, where Homelander hangs out. Look at, it's like Homelander and his crew. See, the thing is, I was the caretaker at the Overlook Hotel, but it's open now. It's open from May 15th to October 30th, so I had to find a new job. Yeah. So I sent a resume in, and now look at, I'm working for Homelander now.
Oh my fucking god! Really? Okay. Matthew Hakim is this stupid. He doesn't fucking realize Homelander and Vought in The Boys are the bad guys. You absolute fucking idiot. So you're claiming you work for an egotistical, maniacal, friggin' egomaniac who's got friggin' narcissistic friggin' tendencies and a friggin' delusional friggin' illusions of grandeur, and you're thinking this is a fucking good thing? Really? Holy shit, you are fucking more stupid than I thought. Holy crap. So you're claiming in your fantasy thing that you now work for Vought, from The Boys, and you work for Homelander, and you think this is what a fucking good thing? You're claiming you're like what? Oh, fucking look, if you wanted to be like the Resistance, you'd be like the good guys and stuff, I go, why don't you fucking put a background up on your fucking green screen, which you always use because you can't fucking figure out how to use it. I fucking put it on the freaking background for freaking when you work for freaking for Butcher, where they're actually with the good guys, then Resistance to the freaking the government and stuff like that. Because you realize that Vought is actually running the fucking government, and then they're actually the people that are that are working against the the mainland people and actually trying to push a narrative. In fact, freaking didn't actually Vought actually inject babies with some sort of serum to and then try to control them? Like, holy shit. You're so fucking backwards. You're just absolutely ridiculously stupid, Matthew Hakim. You really are dumb. I mean, holy shit. Fucking claiming to work for the bad guys, like they're figuring the system that actually suppresses is actually controlling people, and when people go against them, they're actually literally knocking them off. Like holy shit, Matthew, have you ever even watched the fucking show? You even realize what the holy crap? I mean, that's absolutely fucking hilarious that you think this is a fucking flex and you even put that up. Holy shit, Matthew Hakim, you absolutely fucking cockwaffle. You are fucking holy shit. That's bad. Holy crap. Wow. That's definitely getting clipped.
Again,
it's being confirmed, guys. It's being confirmed, right?
Yeah, of course.
Not just flat Earth people. I forget the guy's name, but there was a Glober that also got the pics. Do you remember what was that guy's name?
I don't remember. I think I know what you meant. What you mean? I forgot. Yeah,
that's bullshit. They all know who it is. They're pretending. Matthew Hakim, Sam, Mikey. They know exactly who they're talking about. They know, and it's obviously that we know whose content Matthew Hakim's been watching.
I think that was the turning point, because it's one thing to say, "Oh, that's just them," but when someone from their own team is also confirming, that's powerful.
Who was that?
I don't remember the guy.
Yeah, I remember that thing, but I don't remember who the guy was. I don't remember who that guy.
So he got the stars with like 2? Oh.
Do you remember that? He kind of duplicated your methodology.
Yeah, I know who they're talking about. Duplicated the methodology to falsify it and show that this person was able to, since they were able to duplicate it, they were able to show that since they could do it, they could falsify it because they knew how it worked and what was being done that was wrong. These guys, they're so pathetic.
I forget his name. It was something debunked, not drunk debunked.
Oh, Curious. He took his telescope out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That
and he
was
filmed
funny.
the stars.
Yes,
I'm just like, holy cow, man! You
He did it. He did it.
Go to the stars.
So fucking stupid. They're so fucking stupid.
No.
That-
What? It was me? Oh, it was me that did it. Oh. So I do know how you guys did it. Oh, this is embarrassing for you. Oh, so they're claiming that someone with a telescopes can show you what the stars look like. Holy shit, is that kind of fucking falsified everything Matthew Hakim, Mikey Smith, and Sam from Flat Earth Reconnaissance have been claiming? In fact, didn't Flat Earth Reconnaissance make a whole 3-part series, or fucking 3 videos, not really a series, claiming that telescopes are false and they show fake things and are manipulated and hacked by the government? But they just claimed that I used a telescope to replicate Mikey's stuff and that I confirmed everything. So, do telescopes show the shape of the stars and are accurate, or don't they? You guys are contradicting yourselves. It's not a good look. It was a toy telescope too, but all right, okay, let's keep going.
That fucking nerd. You needed to prove us wrong.
Oh, I did prove you guys wrong, because like you just admitted, I replicated Mikey's and Sam's, and now I suppose Skeptic's technique of how they were able to get those stars and what they did. Now, contrary to what Mikey and Sam have both said, seems like they have now gone back on that. That telescopes can and do show the shapes and observations of the stars. Now, I was able to use a toy telescope, and I do mean a kid's toy telescope, to show how they did it, because I kind of manipulated things by holding my phone different freaking ways, and I held it off center, and it was a cheap telescope. But if that's the case, then my much more expensive and much more accurate and collimated telescope should be able to show the stars even better, especially when I actually focus my other one, where I have all my other observations, because this one Well, I had to put it out of focus to try to get Mikey's and Sam's observations, but I'll show you a bit of a clip from my video. You can check my video out on my page, and you can see what I did, explain more, and you can see some observations. It's fantastic, but let's check it out. So this is my telescope I use tonight. I'm trying to simulate the observations that Mikey Smith gets with his binoculars. Don't hit it. Here, pretty low quality kitty stuff, really. Now, as you notice in here, I'm actually doing this by holding my phone. I don't have a cell phone mount that'll mount on to this toy telescope. The eyepieces are too small, so I'm just doing it by standing with the as you can see, the telescope is just, the tripod's that's as big as it gets. It doesn't go very big, on a wheelie bin, and I'm just looking at a star. I think it was Arcturus I was looking at. I do say in the video here later on which one, because I do check it with my Stellarium app. And so I'm standing there just holding it, so that's why it's a little bit shaky. I do get better on in this video, but that's why I'm just trying to line up the eyepiece with the camera on the phone. I have a case on my phone, so later on I take the case off so that way I can feel the lenses of the phone, and I can line them up better, and I'm able to get better results. So be patient with me. I'll try to cut out where it goes black a bit, but you can see it, and then I do actually zoom in and do is what Mikey says, zoom in with my camera and onto a star, right? So if you see a triple star, it's only because the optics are shitty, but you do see but I'm actually only looking at one star, but every time it shows three, and I don't know why. It's probably just because it's a toy telescope, and that's what it shows. Even when I look in visually, I see the three. It's kind of weird. Now you've seen Mikey Smith and Sam from Flerf Reconnaissance. They do claim that no Glober does videos of the stars. I have my astrophotography channel on here, playlist, in which I do many videos of stars, including a live screen capture of sharp caps while I'm taking a video of the star with a telescope. But this year is another video of a star, quote unquote, using Mikey's technique. So here's a bit more. Another video I did this a little bit later on. So just trying to get it centered here in the telescope, and then I do zoom in using optical zoom on my phone. Now remember, I'm trying to hold the phone and then trying to zoom in at the same time, and also stop the telescope from sliding off the top of the bin, because it's quite light and there's no rubber feet, it's plastic feet, so it just wants to slide around. This was just me just pissing about this stuff, because I figured I could probably simulate Mikey Smith and Sam from Flerf Reconnaissance. I could simulate what they get, the effects they get, with just simply using a star. I just picked a bright one, and I just using the cheap optics of just and a cell phone, and not even held correctly. So that's why you're getting the effects you're getting. There's times you can see where I'm getting the quote unquote frequencies, the spikes up, and that's only because the optics a little off center, and my phone's not quite held straight, and that's why they're getting it. Their technique is very, very flawed, and optics you're using are very subpar, and and that's why I think the effects you get, and this is just me proving proof of concept. So I'll have a look here, and you'll see in just a minute. So here's a few shots I took. These are pictures I took with my phone. And I think these I ran it through the same app that Mike uses. So I used as a CapCut. And you can see the same kind of frequencies he thinks he's getting, as well as the aberration with all the colors and stuff. So here you kind of get the idea. Alright, so some of these are actually pictures I took with my phone through the telescope. And then all I've done is just zoom straight in to the really zoomed in with my editing software. I haven't done anything else. All I did is just zoom into the single star. The same thing that Mikey does. He uses his CapCut. I'm just using KineMaster, and just to show you just raw what it looks like zoomed in. So yeah, just me fucking around was like I literally because the eyepieces on that telescope are like that. They're small, they're tiny, and they're made all of plastic. And it really is cheap, but it's fine for like a kid, you know, especially when I look at like probably more for doing bird watching and shit like that. But or just messing around, like probably look at the moon might be okay. I've never actually used it to look at the moon. I had a bigger, better telescope, and I've gotten a bigger, better telescope since then, much more accurate and better optics. But the idea behind that was the fact that I could use a really cheap subpar telescope or optics, and then I was literally holding, and that's where you can see things at the end there where you can see the frequencies coming and going, and that's me literally taking and tilting my phone. I was using the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Optics were out of focus, the telescope was a bit, and then I was turning like that, and I was able to get the frequencies by simply just kind of moving my phone around and moving it back and forth. So what it proves, and these absolute freaking cockwaffles don't realize, is that I was proving is that I understand the technique, understand what they're doing, and I was falsifying that is accurate of how the celestial bodies look. And these guys are just so delusional, they don't freaking realize that because I can replicate their stuff quite easily. It took me like 15 minutes to do it. It's just, I don't know why it took Mikey so long, but whatever. I could simply do it easily with really cheap freaking shitty optics and really poor crappy technique that I know how they're doing it. And as I said before, I can falsify it, and I know what they're doing is a lot of horse shit, and all they are is a bunch of delusional freaking muppets that don't have a clue what they're doing. So let's move on. Matthew Hakim still keeps coping out here and waffling on and talking a lot of shit that he always does.
Yeah,
That guy is a nerd. He sucks.
Oh man,
He was saying that I debated him and that I lost, and I was like, "What? I don't even remember who you are."
yeah, that's what it is.
Sure, he doesn't remember who I am, but yet he seems to remember who I am and remember what video I did where I freaking falsified Mikey and Sam's observations, and he remembers even the fact that I was able to do it with a telescope. Weird, isn't it? Weird. Yeah, he was playing like he didn't know who I was, trying to hold fishing, hoping that either Mikey or Sam would say it, so that way he didn't feel like he was actually obsessing. But that's really weird because on Mikey's stream about a year or so ago, I debated Matthew Hakim. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't even prepared. I was doing something else. Ended up on Mikey's stream because somebody said that Mikey was on there, so I happened to check it out. Thought I would click the link to the StreamYards, and it let me on. And I've been drinking whiskey with my wife all night. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was tired. I'm dealing with the fact that I had a loved one who was in hospital that was actually passed on about a month later, and yeah, I happened to be on with them, and yeah, I was not in any kind of state of the debate, and I crushed Matthew Hakim, absolutely freaking worked him, and I wasn't even trying. But Matthew, hey, if you want to debate again, I'm more in game. I'll work you over for a second time. This time will be much worse than the first time because, well, yeah, I would actually come in prepared with an actual opening, more slideshows, screenshots, stuff like that, and well, I won't be drinking whiskey this time. So you're more than willing to. You want to step up there, buddy boy? You know where I am. Comment in the comment down below here. Send me an email. It's on my page for my YouTube. I'm more than willing. We can set something up. Might I suggest we don't go on Debate Hub because not Debate Hub. Go on MDD because their moderation is pretty shit. How about the Debate Hub? I actually put in the comments of this video that I'm actually doing a review on now. But how about that? Or if you don't want to debate me, because I understand why, it would be quite embarrassing for you again. Comment me and we'll comment on my video. One step at a time. We can come on. We'll have a little chat. I'm actually quite a nice guy. We'll sit, we'll have a talk, we'll have a chat. You can present me with some evidence. I'm always looking for flat Earth evidence. I've been asking for 4 or 5 years, and nobody's given me some yet. So you're more than willing to give me evidence, but make sure to bring empirical evidence with citations and everything to support your claims. So if you're just making claims, it's not really evidence. So yeah, by all means, if anybody wants to check out my video on where I debated Matthew Hakim, yeah, it's in my live streams. Let me know. I'll send you a link. It's funny. I also did a video I took just to clip it out and put it on there. So it's on my videos as well. So by all means, yeah, check it out. It's quite fun.
Feel for him, but I'm like, okay, curious debunks. Okay.
Yeah, he's in that video that Sam made of me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you didn't get the firmament because the firmament isn't real.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
I don't know where they find these people. It's like it's a fucking joke. I
They don't have any
All
NASA
they do
people
is say
representing
it.
them.
They just say it. The firmament doesn't exist. Okay, well, show me something. What do you mean by that? Show me your example how it does not exist.
So if you,
Mikey, I don't think you understand quite how this works. You see there, Pumpkin. I don't have to prove that firmament doesn't exist. You're the one making a positive claim. It's up to you to prove the firmament does exist. I can just say it doesn't because there's no evidence to support that your firmament exists or that your magical dome. So if you want to claim it does, I need to see empirical evidence, citations, measurements, something, anything that can be replicated and verified through other means, right? So I want to see repeatability. I want to see verification through independent sources, stuff like that. Now you claim it's 53 miles away, or let's just say 60, right? Let's just say 60, just for shits and giggles. I've heard you claim the firmament is 60 miles up in the stars. Well, that's really interesting. Because I was just watching last night Starship 13, right, which is Starship version 3, went up, went over, released a whole bunch of mock Starlink to show payload. In fact, one of them actually had a camera on it, so not only did it show the Starlink mock Starlink satellite going out, but one had a camera pointing back, and when it went out, they actually showed the camera looking back at Starship. And it was a lot higher than 60 miles up. No dome was found. No stars in some sort of mythical dome with waters above. Wasn't seen. Wasn't found. Then we've got like Artemis 2, which went over 250,000 miles away from Earth, past the moon. No dome was found. We have Fram 2. No dome was found. People went up there. We have Polaris Dawn, the mission. They went and actually a spacewalk that was about 1,400 miles above the surface of the Earth in Van Allen belts, testing some of SpaceX's like EVA spacesuits. No dome was found. We have obviously we have the ISS, which is 250 miles above the surface of the Earth. It's been independently tracked by countless different astronomers and observed. No dome was found. So I can easily and empirically prove that there is no firmament. That's not a problem. But then the burden of proof is on you, Buttercup. You're the one making the positive claim. It's you that needs to prove it's there, not me to prove it's not. Good luck. I look forward to seeing your evidence.
if it does not exist, just get the fuck out. Just go back to your video games in your mother's basement, and that's it. Just leave us alone. It's okay. So why you're so obsessed to to prove that we're wrong if you have the proof that it doesn't exist? So what are you trying to prove to us? And the thing is that they are the ones always trying to prove things. We don't have nothing to prove to anybody.
Sam, no. So the thing is, if you want to prove the Earth is flat and you want to claim that there's a firmament above, and all of science, physics, and engineering says otherwise and proves you wrong, it's your burden of proof to bring the evidence to falsify those claims. You see, all the established science, mainstream science claims that everything you're seeing is wrong. So if you want to change that, you need to bring empirical evidence and verifiable proofs that could be replicated to prove your claims to be correct. But you don't have any, do you? You got nothing. All you have is fantasies. And that's why we prove you wrong. That because it's funny, it's entertainment, it's easy, and I like doing it. And there's nothing you can do about it because you got nothing. And that's why my videos get more views than yours.
People who want to know about flat Earth, they can just Google it. People who want to know about the globe, about the lie of the globe, about the lie about the dome, they can just Google it. They can just go and check it out. It will take maybe like 2 or 3 days for the.
But you know what, though? They hit me up constantly. They probably hit you guys up saying, what about this proof? What about this? Right? Like when they were talking, I didn't even know about that Punta Arenas trip they want to do. But like that little guy, Max, emailed me. Man. And then he told me, I'm like, dude, it's not in dispute that the lights appear to go opposite direction. I told him that. It's like, who cares? But they probably hit you guys up too. Like, what about this? What convince you? And they're desperate, dude. They're so desperate.
Oh, Matthew. Our poor little Matthew. Nobody's emailing you. Max, he doesn't give a shit about you. He's emailing you to see if you're going to stop running from him and actually go on to a neutral platform and debate him. I don't know. Is it a year, 2 years, 3 years you've been running from him? Yeah, that's the only things. And as for Punta Arenas, yeah, that's the one where Jaron and the other fellow going up to Edmonton, Alberta in June to watch the sunset, and it'll go from left to right. And then in December, we're going to go down to Punta Arenas and watch the sunset. It'll be still at 53 degrees. First one, Edmonton's at 53 degrees north. Then in the solstice down in Punta Arenas, 53 degrees south. And they're going to watch the sun again, and they're going to watch it, and it's going to set from right to left. The whole point of that is that on the globe model, it claims that both hemispheres, both at 53 degrees, that is going to be about the same angle, same amount of time, stuff like that, because the globe is symmetrical in the northern and southern hemisphere, which the flat earth model isn't symmetrical, because in the southern hemisphere things are much further away, and also the path of the sun doesn't work on the flat earth, because it still would go a large arch, but it still go from left to right when coming to a sunset, as well as that the sun actually would have to move exponentially faster to still be able to complete a circuit twice the size, and still only take 24 hours. So that's why they're going down there. Matthew, it's really not that hard of a concept. Maybe if you stop hopping all that glue, you may actually, oh no, your brain's already cooked, isn't it?
More people to know this method, and then more confirmation,
So imagine then.
They'll show you my picks, like I'll get some great picks from Southern California. Then you guys will get blown away. Yeah,
but that's what I mean. At one point, if we have a little group, we can make like some kind of a competition between us, like with a prize to win, the best pictures. We can make a convention. We can make like a big convention of all the the stargazer digiscoping.
And not just like a prize, but like everyone will like the picks. It'll be the only competition where everybody will like the winner. You know what I mean?
Who's deciding who's the winner? Is it the flat earthers? Because of course they're going to just derp out and go for wherever thing fits their cognitive bias. Technically though, anybody who has a astrophotography rig knows how to use it correctly, unlike Mikey or Sam or Matthew Hakim or fucking Skeptic and the other derplings. Then it's gonna look like shit. Like you can see right now what Mikey's putting out, though. blobs of freaking like chromatic aberration and blobs of light that's completely out of focus, that's garbage. But not garbage. So anybody who's actually honest and knew what they're looking at, then my picture would win automatically, because none of those three could even come close to even comprehending how to take an honest picture of the night sky and stars.
Like a kind, a loving
yeah, of course, not a true one.
Friendly,
But
like who can do the best one? Is it going to be
yeah,
me or you,
exactly.
right? I'll win that shit.
Yeah.
I've seen the bullshit Matthew Hakim puts out. He ain't winning fucking nothing. Guy has not a clue what he's doing, and just derps out like the rest of them. He's such a sad, and a stupid individual.
I'll win
Why
it.
not? The thing again is that imagine it can go very far. So I'm just saying that so the Globers can, realize it too, and try to
You're right
to see how they're gonna react.
You're right about getting them on board too.
Oh yeah, no
But
problem.
they'll do like contaminated pics. They'll send like wonky stuff, but at least they could present what they could present,
Like I said, who's going to be the judge of this? Is it going to be Mikey and Sam and Matthew Hakim? Are they the ones who are going to judge what to consider good or not good observations and pictures? Because, I can send you stuff that won't be wonky. It's not going to be anything except for completely accurate observations of the celestial bodies. If you get somebody like Astronomy Live or Reg Rhetoric have far superior equipment than I do and a lot more experience, they're going to get even better observations. But you guys are going to just not all of them and just discount them, and you're only going to go for the most blurry, out of focus, distorted bullshit you guys can find, because somehow you think it confirms your cognitive bias. I don't think you guys are going to do this anyways, because none of you can bother to actually do anything of any substance. But you guys can just keep talking your bullshit, yes. But yeah, it's not a competition. You guys are just simply stroking your own egos and, well, very stroking other things too to each other.
Look, I tell you
They
something.
might get something good. They might get good picks. Like maybe McToon will do the method Mikey uses, and maybe McToon will get some awesome pics and videos.
You absolute fucking complete cockwaffle. They're not awesome pics. That's the point of me doing my video, is that I showed and proved that's how terrible they really freaking are. I had to use a really cheap, shitty ass freaking telescope, use really poor techniques, hold my phone at really wonky angles, kind of off center, kind of tilt a little bit, put it out of focus, put the telescope out of focus. Only those ways I actually get things that look kind of like what Mikey's look like. You guys think I did such a fantastic job, which I did. I did a fantastic job of falsifying all your technique and pretty much proving that it's just a little bullshit, because I explained how I did it and how terrible I had to actually do things to even get it to even look kind of like that. So, MC2's not going to do it because there's no point. I've done it. Asher Kate has done it. We've both shown that we can replicate your blurry freaking blobs, and we can tell you how we did it and just how bad technique was and what we had to do to even get it to do that, and just how horrible it is. So yeah, they wouldn't be awesome pictures. It'd be shit like everything you guys put out and anything I've put on my astrophotography channel, or that Astronomy Live or Reg Rhetoric or numerous other astrophotographers actually know what they're doing have put out. That's the only thing that's actually decent, and it's been proven independently, scientifically, and empirically that what you guys are doing is shit, and what I'm doing is actually legit.
Maybe
I don't know.
he'll blow his own mind. Like,
Well, that's
He probably won't present them. If he did, he'd be like, "No, I didn't get anything," and he'll probably reenact them or use AI.
No. The best thing for him is to say, "Look, I got the same pictures on Mikey, but with a defectious phone, with some because it's a glitch. It's a problem with the phone. Look, when you have a problem with the phone, you get these results like that fuck there. Say, oh, I took the same pictures, of Mikey with a toy." I say,
Yeah.
I say, how stupid it is. So imagine, that's fucking great. Why spend a lot of money? Just take a toy. If a toy can do that better than NASA, so they're so
Well,
stupid. They don't even
We'll
know.
see. You never know. I mean, they could have received orders to just totally stay quiet.
Here's
Never say any.
No, Sam, you absolute fucking complete bell end muppet. I never said it was better than NASA. It's not better than NASA. All your observations are much, much, much worse. They're shit observations. And yes, I did use a toy telescope. And with a toy telescope, I was able to replicate your observations. So all the money, Mikey's $2,500 binoculars, your $2,500 binoculars, everything you're doing, it's going to fucking waste. All you're gonna do is put out the same bullshit that you always do, and this stuff I can replicate with a 20-pound toy telescope with really shitty optics that might be okay in looking at the moon, possibly, probably not even that great. But let's say it was something that's been laying around that I decided to use, and I was able to replicate all your stuff, which you guys have admitted. But it's definitely not better than NASA. No, NASA's got like James Webb telescope has got and Hubble telescope that are actually orbiting the Earth, so you don't have the atmosphere in the way, and they're able to get like fantastic pictures. And James Webb, the stuff it's putting out is just astronomically better than what we had before. And then we got the other ones, like in the one in Chile, it's got like that massive, huge, what was it, 35,000 pixel camera hooked up to it, and it's a huge telescope. And they're even making a bigger one. They're putting out some freaking fantastic stuff, way better you guys would even in your wildest dreams think of doing. And honestly, the stuff I have, which is relatively still amateurish and cheap, you know, like I don't have the best camera, I don't have the best telescope, but it's still far superior to anything you guys are doing, which just shows you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like what Mikey's putting out for his binoculars, $2,500, he could have got about $600 and got himself a C-Star S50 and put out far superior stuff with minimal effort, but he denies it because he knows he'll falsify all of his stuff. You know, C-Star actually does the work for you, so he wouldn't be able to go and like fake it like he does with his cell phone, putting at wonky angles. And that's another thing. I didn't say I was using a faulty camera on phone. I was using a pristine Galaxy S24 Ultra. And I know exactly how to use it because I was getting like observations like of the Milky Way, the stars and stuff, which I use that phone for, no problems. And far superior to what anything Mikey is putting out, but I showed that even with a decent cell phone camera, by just manipulating the angles, manipulating where it was sitting on the little tiny eyepiece, and obviously putting the telescope out of focus, was able to replicate all of Mikey's bullshit and your bullshit. So I just showed that bad technique, poor quality optics, I can replicate your stuff, not a problem. Took me about 15 minutes.
Anything like that order could have come down from Brenda or Dave Weiss to tell them, don't say anything about Mikey's picks.
Of course.
He tells me what to do, or I don't take any orders from anybody, not MC Toon, not Brenda Debates, nobody, none of us on the Globe side give each other orders. That's the Flat Earth side, where you have to listen to your Flat Earth priests, or you get excommunicated from the cult. So I know you guys think this is how it works, and it's because Matthew Hakim is definitely, you know, a Kool-Aid drinker into the Flat Earth cult, and Mikey is definitely one, and so is Sam. And these are just three little cult members sitting there, having a little circle jerk about their flatardia, and talking and being told to what to say and what not to say, and how to put it out by their Flat Earth daddies, Flerf daddies. So, or you say flatties if you want. So yeah, that's the Flat Earth cult that's doing that. Definitely nothing to do with, like, you know, what's, you know, empirically proven and that's in reality, which is that the Earth is definitely a globe, space is real, and Flat Earth is nothing but a fantasy.
Here's a cool announcement. You know Brian Cox?
Yeah, oh fuck, just that name.
He's coming to the big city here May 2027, and I'm going there.
Is that British professor guy?
Yeah.
He says the one thing Flat Earthers got right is that the Earth is going up. Do you remember he was saying that? Is that the guy?
Yeah, he's going down.
Oh, he's very stupid.
Matthew Hakim, fucking, you heard the fucking stupid one, you absolute little bellend. What have you done with your life? Absolutely fucking nothing. Zero, zilch, nothing. Brian Cox used to be in a freaking kind of rock band, and made several different albums and songs, got some stuff on the charts, made some money from that, and he's also a physicist. So, he's gone and done probably more shit in his life than Matthew Hakim will ever do, that any three of you will ever do combined together in your whole entire lifetimes. So But, the cope is real. Matthew Hakim claiming Brian Cox is stupid because, well, he has to claim he's stupid so Matthew Hakim feels special. Oh, you're special, Matthew Hakim. Short bus special.
Tell him,
Mikey, grill him, man. Show him your picks. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Probably a woman.
he's gonna get
Half a
demolished
minute.
by me.
Half
Yeah,
a man, half a
female to
woman.
male transition. That guy's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
female
yeah.
to male transition.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian Cox was absolutely freaking spank freaking Mikey. In about 2 or 3 words, Mikey would run off crying if he even gets close to him. I don't think he even get close to him because, he's going to have very security and stuff like that. So, but fucking good luck with that, Mikey. Make sure you videotape it. It'd be funny as hell to review and watch you as you absolutely get freaking decimated. And as for Matthew Hakim and his sexual fantasies, look, if you want to fantasize about other men like that, keep it off the internet. We don't need to hear it. We don't want to hear it. Like if you fantasize and wish that Brian Cox is trans, which he isn't, and that's can be easily verified and proven to be true. But look, Matthew, stop fantasizing with Brian Cox. I know that last name gives you a big chubby, doesn't it? Just keep it off the internet. We don't want to hear it.
No hate though. But
When he told you that we were right because on that the Earth is going up, I would have explained. No, this is a perspective effect. It's not the flat Earth that's going up; it's you that's going down.
Look, Sam, Matthew, I don't think you're Brian Cox's type. I'm pretty sure he's got a wife and kids, and he used to be a rock star, so he probably had a lot of groupies and stuff. They did all sorts of things that you guys couldn't even dream of, or maybe you guys do dream of and watch it on the hub. I'm talking. Actually, no, probably you guys couldn't even figure out how to use the hub, so I don't know. Just you guys need to stop fantasizing about Brian Cox. I know that last name there is COX, right? Not the other spelling you guys like to think about all the time. So it's just weird. Stop it. It's just weird. You guys stop fantasizing about him. All right. I'm sure he doesn't appreciate it.
Arrogance. It would be arrogance, to believe that we are the only one in the universe.
that sounds like that little bitch Max.
Yeah, I believe it's the same story. They must be related.
It's funny how Matthew Hakim, when he's in on Mikey's Live, would talk smack about Max, but he's been running and hiding from Max for a couple of years about debating him because he knows that he'll get absolutely cooked. And that little laugh covering his face, that looked a bit. Well, it looked kind of. I'm not gonna go there. It's not worth it. But what the hell's on his head? What is that? Is that a towel? What is that? What's got on his head? What's Matthew Hakim got on his head? That's weird. Is it a shower cap? Why is he wearing a shower cap on live? Or do you think he's some sort of like crypt or something like that? So he's a gangster? What? I know he lives in California, but it looks like a towel wrapped on his head. That's weird. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
The same type of demon or malfunction in the brain that
and that guy
I never hear Spanish speaking people that sound like that. But I'm around Mexican Spanish speaking people, and he's from Uruguay, so maybe that's how they sound. They sound like little bitches down there.
I don't know.
Because Spanish speaking people where I live, they do not sound like that.
No, that's because they speak like men. It's a men's world down there, except for Uruguay. Uruguay, I think, is the most.
Excuse me.
First of all, Nazis were there, in Uruguay, but it's funny because it's the country in South America that is the most LGBT friendly state. Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me.
It's half the countries. They're all half of them are gays. It's like it's on the internet. Just check it out. It's like it's the most. So that explains.
Yeah, I love how the fact these guys can't attack any of Max's arguments, so they attack the way he speaks. Look, it doesn't matter. I've seen people in Mexico that speak like that. They have, they're a smaller voice box, speak a bit higher pitched. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he's definitely from Uruguay. That isn't a question. He's confirmed that. We've seen where he's actually gone out and shot down different things on the beach and stuff like that. Different people. And so what? And if it's LGBT plus, whatever, friendly, okay, and what? That freaking proves nothing. But these guys are definitely projecting a lot. There may be a little bit of, gay phobia going on there, or whatever, or maybe they're just all in the closet a bit. I would explain why Mikey, does some of the things he does, and I explain why Matthew Hakim does some of the things he does. Maybe they're just kind of, it makes them feel uncomfortable because it's actually a piece of them that is coming out, something that's coming out, and they see within themselves, and they're embarrassed about it. Look, guys, don't be embarrassed about it. It's okay. Just be happy, okay? And find love. Right? That's what you need to do. And it's okay, right? But just don't put it all over the internet. We don't need to see it. We're not interested in whatever fantasies you guys have. But yeah, it's just an inappropriate.
You know what? Maybe there could be an investigation about this because, the Nazis, they did go to like Argentina and Uruguay.
Of course.
And that little guy, Max, he's not like an indigenous guy.
Oh, no.
He doesn't have brown skin. He's like a white man with blue eyes. And not to be offensive to Mikey, but you know what I mean? He's not, little Max is not an indigenous,
No.
So he could be the grandson of a Nazi.
It's possible.
Whoa, freaking Hakim fucking went there. Holy shit. So now you're starting to throw some slanderous comments out there, little Matty Hakim. That's going to get you in a lot of fucking trouble. What the fuck are you on about? I mean, look, I'll put up here what people from Uruguay look like. Indigenous people. Remember, they probably mix with some of the Spaniards and stuff like that, or some people from Europe. So, they're going to have sometimes blonde hair, blue eyes, stuff like that. I don't even think Max actually has blue eyes. I'm pretty sure his eyes are actually brown. I think you need to check yourself there, Matthew Hakim, and look again. Maybe debate him and ask Max the question and look at his eyes. But I'm pretty sure I found some pictures, and I'm pretty sure all his eyes are brown. And he's got like light brown hair. So yeah, Hakim, you're just making shit up, but you can get yourself in trouble throwing on that N-word. Naughty boy. I mean, you've done this thing at tune, and it's because you can't actually argue against the arguments and actually prove anything, so you just start throwing out slanderous comments. Fucking hell, so low IQ, Matthew Hakim. I'm not actually surprised from you, because you are just nothing but a freaking racist, homophobic, and just an all-around piece of shit. That's all you are. And you can prove it to me several times over and over again.
Look, I tell you something. When you look at the kinds of people that fight nature, fight good, and everything, you're gonna find a few categories of people. And the thing is that again, it always comes back. It always comes back through history. There's always the same people that are fighting nature, that are fighting God, fighting what's good, fighting everything which is natural. And those are the same kind of people. It's always the same. And so we know about them. We know where it is. We know what that war is. It's written in our books. The flat Earth channels, because if you take a look at the flat Earth channels, it's not going too well for them too. What do we have? How many channels we have? How many interesting channels we have?
It's probably the first thing that Sam has said in this is actually true. It's not going very well for the flat Earth channels at all. Since TFE, since Artemis 2, since all the other stuff that keeps coming out that just keeps absolutely globe probing the flat Earth delusional fantasy, it's just not, people are leaving in mass exodus. There's, all they have is just the religious Flerfs who just refuse to give it up, or the delusional freaking fantasy believers who just are not willing to give it up the freaking grift, or the grifters like David Weiss. And I mean, Sam here, Flerf Condescendence, is trying to monetize it, but he's just so irrelevant and stupid that you just can't even figure out how to do that. With his what is his thing? Something of the dumb or something like that. There's a foundation or coalition of the dumb, dome, whatever. The dumb. It's so that's it. No, but yeah, it's not going well for Flat Earth at all. They're just getting absolutely freaking worked into the ground, and people are leaving on a larger scale than ever before. And it's all down to people like me, MC Toon, FTFE, Max, Drunk Debunk Show, and Unfornicated, and countless other people, Simon Dan, have all put in the time, effort, and exposed just the lies and the hypocrisy and the terribleness of these people and the flat Earth in general.
Well, think about it. We're on the wrong side of the algorithm.
Yes.
So even though we're on the wrong side of the algorithm, people still like our stuff. Like on my channel,
yes,
like on my channel, I don't even have 200 subscribers, but the people that subscribe to me, they like my stuff.
But like your stuff, Matthew. Nobody watches your shit. You get like 2 or 3 views here and there, maybe like you'll put a video up, you get like 20 views. I've watched your live streams and you get 0 people. Then I see one live stream, you had 2 or 3 people pop in and say hi, and then they popped out and left. While you're doing a live stream, you had 0 viewers. You had nobody. You had 2 comments, maybe 3 at the most, of people say hi, and it's like they popped in, said hi, and then fucked off, because what you're saying is absolutely boring. It's just shite. All you sit there and just waffle, complete and utter nonsense. Not even flat earthers will watch your bullshit. And they're like the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the dumb. It's just, that's why you always come on Mikey Smith's channel, because at least Mikey's entertaining for us, you know, for everybody else. So you sit there and, you know, it's good laugh to watch him absolutely derp out and do his activism and stuff like that. You know, this is always the fun time to watch his stuff. You know, watch him, you know, absolutely embarrass himself and be completely unaware. So I say it's like Sam stuff. He's just bullshit. Nobody watches his stuff either. Like, he just doesn't get anything. That's why you guys keep coming on Mikey's stream, because Mikey gets some views only for the fact that this is how stupid and ridiculous he is and how delusional he is. He goes out and pretends like he actually knows more, so it's fun to watch. But yeah, no, nobody's watching your stuff, Matthew. You're just nothing but an irrelevant little troll.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. You know, I don't mind not having big numbers, but it's like people like what I do, you know? And for the Globers, it's very different, you know?
Yeah, it's all bots, first of all. So most of them is bots. They're not even human beings. But anyways,
yeah,
of course, they're making a lot of views. Last time that Max there said, "Oh, I have like something like 90 views or 100 views or something, live viewers on my show. You don't have nothing on yours. You have like 820." I forgot to tell him that when I made that interview with Mark Keegan and Jaren there, I had more than 750 live viewers, you know.
Fucking delusion of Sam, absolutely fucking delusional. You didn't have 700 fucking 50 viewers. Jaren and freaking and Dave McKeegan had 700 and some viewers. It was on Jaren's channel. Jaren had the viewers. You just happened to be there. When you left, he still had that many viewers. Nobody gives a shit about you. Your live streams, Sam, nobody watches. Nobody watches your shit. I still have more views on my rundown of your little 5-minute freaking promotional video that you did of Mikey Smith. I have more than double your views and more than double your likes on my tear apart of your video that you put out first. Yours was out a week before mine, and I more than doubled your shit in 24 hours. So nobody watches your shit. Nobody cares about you, Sam, or Matthew Hakim. You guys are so fucking irrelevant. That's why you keep coming on Mikey's streams, because Mikey's only one out of the 3 of us that gets any views, and even then Mikey really gets nothing compared to somebody like Dave McKeegan, MC Toon, Simon Dan, Creaky Blinders, or freaking Drunk Debunk Show, or a lot of other people. Like, freaking nobody really gives a shit. But Sam, that wasn't for you. That was for Jaren and for Dave McKeegan. You were irrelevant. You were only there as a placeholder to point and laugh at. That was it. And you served your purpose. Like, holy shit. They weren't there for you.
So you can say, oh, it's because Mark Keegan. Yeah, but Mark Keegan doesn't talk by himself. He talks with me. So the thing is that, you know, and that debate that we are, you know, preparing with Creaky Blinder and Mactoon, Mikey and I, and hopefully, you know, you, if you can come in also, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big fucking deal, because it's a meeting that they cannot afford to lose now, especially after Mark Keegan and Jaren that have been wiped out.
It's like they can't afford to not be in the fight, but there's no way they can win the fight.
No, they cannot win the fight.
They cannot avoid the fight, but there's no way they can win the fight.
They are in a no-win situation. That's what they are.
They have to.
Dude, once again, the only reason people are going to show up to that is because it's MC Toon and Creaky Blinders, and they're going to just bring you and Sam and Mikey on to pretty much just absolutely freaking dog walk you and embarrass you. And you guys can't win nothing. You guys got nothing. Sam has his observations are shit. It's been debunked numerous times by myself, by numerous other people. Mikey's observations have been debunked numerous times by myself, by other people. And Matthew Hakim, you got fucking nothing. You got what'd you do? You took a piece of yarn and pulled it over your TV screen once and claimed it was flat? Really? That is your freaking evidence? Holy shit. That is so fucking ridiculous. It's just comical. All you're gonna do is just go on to MC Tunes Live, which is actually I think it's already happened. I have to check that out. And punishes and buries yourselves and get absolutely schooled, and then all you're gonna have is nah and run away. That's it. And I wouldn't doubt if you or Mikey have rage quit and they won't let Hakim on, because Matthew Hakim was an absolute vile POS to MC Tune by insinuating that he was a P3 to you. So yeah, Matthew Hakim, fucking, you're not getting on that shit. You know, nobody likes you, Matthew Hakim. Nobody likes you. We just point and laugh at you because you just derp out that much. It's just hilarious. But no, nobody's gonna be on there. But that's it. That's it for my video. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of this. A bit longer than I thought, but yeah, I just wanted to break down some of these points. So yeah, there's definitely a globe. Space is real, but don't forget, stay curious, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching.
And by the way, all those rumors on the internet are fake. I'm not flat. I'm not hollow on the inside, and there's definitely